New Headway PreIntermediate, 4th edition, Student's Book. Unit 3, Tape Script 3.1. Walking the Amazon. Amazing journey ends after 6,000 miles.
Ed Stafford became the first man in history to walk the length of the Amazon River from the source to the sea. He walked for 860 days. The journey began in April 2008 when Ed left the town of Camaná on the Pacific coast of Peru. It ended in August 2010 when he arrived in Maruda on the Atlantic coast of Brazil. He went through 3 countries, Peru, Colombia and Brazil. The journey took nearly 2.5 years. "I did it for the adventure," says Ed.
Tape Script 3.2. Questions and answers. 1.
How far did Ed walk?
He walked 6,000 miles.
2.
When did the journey begin?
It began in April 2008.
3.
Where did the journey end?
It ended in Maruda, on the Atlantic coast of Brazil.
4.
Which countries did he go through?
He went through Peru, Colombia and Brazil.
5.
How long did the journey take?
It took nearly 2.5 years.
6.
Why did he do it?
He did it for the adventure.
Tape Script 3.3.
What was Cho doing when he met Ed?
He was working in the forest.
Where were they walking when they saw the tribe?
They were walking in a very dangerous part of the forest.
Why did the tribe think Ed was crazy?
Because he was walking the Amazon for an adventure.
Tape Script 3.4.
Ed's blog. The 12th of July, the day I nearly died. Today I was walking next to the river when I nearly stood on a snake. I stopped immediately. The snake's fangs were going in and out. I was terrified. I didn't move. 1 bite and you're dead in 3 hours. The 10th of September. Knives and guns. Early this morning, we were crossing the river by boat when we saw 5 canoes. The tribesmen were carrying knives and guns. They were angry because we didn't have permission to be on their land. We left as fast as we could. The 24th of November. The jungle at night. I was lying in my hammock last night trying to sleep, but it was impossible because the noise of the jungle was so loud. Monkeys were screaming in the trees, and millions of mosquitoes were buzzing round my head. I took a sleeping pill and finally fell asleep at 3 a.m.
Tape Script 3.5. Pronunciation. D, t, id. D.
Stayed. Played. Phoned. Answered.
T.
Stopped. Worked. Laughed. Looked.
Id.
Decided. Studied. Wanted. Mended.
Tape Script 3.6. Pronunciation.
We stayed in a hotel.
They played on the beach.
She phoned a friend.
I answered all the questions.
They stopped at lunchtime.
I worked in a bank.
We laughed and laughed.
I looked at the photo.
We decided immediately.
I studied at university.
She wanted a cup of tea.
I mended it.
Tape script 3.7.
I was having dinner.
What was she wearing?
They were playing football.
Where were you going?
He wasn't listening.
They weren't enjoying the party.
Tape script 3.8. The news.
Here are the news headlines. A car bomb in Moscow kills 3 people. Thieves steal paintings worth $80 million from a New York museum. A national strike in France brings the country to a stop. The 71-year-old actor James Robertson dies at his home in California. And in the European Cup, Arsenal beat Real Madrid.
Tape script 3.9.
A car bomb exploded in central Moscow yesterday morning, killing 3 people who were shopping in a market and injuring many more. Most of those injured were women who were out shopping for food in the early morning and children who were on holiday. Terrorists say they planted the bomb. Last night, thieves in New York broke into the Museum of Modern Art and escaped with 3 paintings by Picasso valued at $80 million. Cameras were recording the rooms all the time, but the guard who was watching the screens saw nothing. Museum officials didn't discover the theft until the next morning. A national strike in France yesterday brought the country to a complete stop. Offices, banks, schools and shops all closed, and there were no trains or buses throughout the whole country. Workers were protesting for higher pay, longer holidays, and a shorter working week. The actor James Robertson died last night at his home in Hollywood, California. He was suffering from cancer. With him were his 5 children, his ex-wife, and his second wife, Cherie. The 71-year-old actor is best known for his role as the cowboy Dexter in Mad Men of the West. And finally, sport. Arsenal last night beat Real Madrid 2-1. At half-time, the Spanish side were winning 1-0, but then 2 goals by Johansson gave the London team a win.
Tape script 3.10. A dictation.
Last night, thieves in New York broke into the Museum of Modern Art and escaped with 3 paintings by Picasso, valued at $80 million, full stop. Cameras were recording the rooms all the time, but the guard who was watching the screens saw nothing, full stop. Museum officials didn't discover The theft. Until the next morning. Full stop.
Tape script 3.11. Adverbs. 1.
Please drive carefully through our village.
2.
Romeo loved Juliet passionately.
3.
My mother speaks 3 languages fluently.
4.
It rained heavily every day last week.
5.
He waited patiently for his girlfriend, but she didn't turn up.
6.
The soldiers fought bravely, but many of them lost their lives.
Tape script 3.12. 1.
My grandma is nearly 75, and she still goes swimming regularly.
2.
Do you really love me?
Of course I do. I'll always love you.
3.
I was just relaxing with a really good book when someone knocked loudly on the door.
4.
My sister is only 3, but she can already read and she can write too.
5.
First, break the eggs into a bowl with some milk and butter. Then heat it gently. When it's ready, serve the scrambled eggs immediately with toast.
6.
Almost all my friends have a mobile phone. They're on Facebook as well. Even my dad's on Facebook.
Tape script 3.13. The burglar who fell asleep.
Last Sunday evening, a burglar broke into a large, expensive house in the centre of Paris. First, he went into the living room, and he quickly and quietly filled his sack with all the silverware and a priceless Chinese vase. Next, he went to the kitchen and found some delicious cheese and 2 bottles of the best champagne. He was feeling extremely hungry and thirsty, so he ate all the cheese and drank all the champagne. Suddenly, he felt very tired. He went upstairs to the bedroom and lay down on a big, comfortable bed, and immediately fell fast asleep. He slept very well. Unfortunately, when he woke up the next morning, 3 policemen were standing round his bed.
Tape script 3.14. Dates.
What's the date today?
March the 18th. Tomorrow's the 19th. The day after tomorrow's the 20th.
When's your birthday?
November the 8th.
Oh, that's next week.
What's your date of birth?
12/9/87.
Sorry, what was that?
The 12th of the 9th, 87. What year were you born?
1982.
Oh, you're the same age as me.
Tape script 3.15.
The 3rd of February. February the 3rd.
The 6th of April. April the 6th.
The 12th of July. July the 12th.
The 25th of December. December the 25th.
The 1st of May. May the 1st.
The 16th of August. August the 16th.
The 13th of January. January the 13th.
The 31st of October. October the 31st.
Tape script 3.16.
February 3rd. April 6th. July 12th, December 25th, May 1st, August 16th, January 13th, October 31st.
Tape script 3.17. 1.
When did man first land on the moon?
On July the 20th, 1969.
2.
When's your wedding anniversary?
November the 8th.
3.
When did the Berlin Wall come down?
The 9th of November, 1989.
4.
When was your son born?
July the 21st, 2010.
5.
What's the expiry date on your credit card?
0618.